This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8?
My bad,
Less?
I've been muted.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
It feels so good. It feels so good about my life, you know?
Welcome back.
Wait,
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
No, I don't want to go through that door. I'm not doing it. Where all these things come from? Fine. I want to drive, like, can I drive it? I want to drive it. That's stupid. Why you keep closing the doors on me? Like, I didn't even do nothing to you. Why? Why'd you disable jumping?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Why? Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Really? That sucks. Can I... There. Why can't I just jump? Okay, fine, whatever. Fucking stupid would jump in this stupid game. Like, you're so weird opening the doors for me. Like, I don't even want to talk to you. You know?
Making process.
I don't even want to. You know? Yeah. 4, 5, 6. That's like Squid Games when it's like, go back to my safety, not broken, not. And then it's like he shoots the guy, and then like the squid.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I don't like the real world. The real world sucks. Video games are better.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Oh, okay.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Okay,
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, okay. Nope.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry
okay.
back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Nah, we are. Okay, I gotta do something. It's not gonna let me jump, and I can definitely climb. What happened to everything just because I didn't want to go to that stupid, boring-ass meeting? Okay, I will. Do I really? Okay, I think I gotta go into the other door. Fine. This is boring.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. Oh, I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
You don't.
I have to.
Oh, what are you doing? I want to play this game. What are you doing? Oh, stop. I want to play this game. I want to play on stream for my Bungie. You're destroying it, bro. Stop. I just want to play a game. Like, I didn't even do that.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Oh, wait, I can...
Oh, my story.
How much?
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
What happened?
Is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, okay. Nope. That one, I didn't like that one. It was kind of sketchy.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, He entered the door on his left.
Oh, like this one? Oh my other.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Oh my other.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, but like I don't really care that much.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
There wasn't?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I'm not gonna do that. There's too much confrontation, and I'm just not in the mood for that, you know? I'm just gonna sit in this office and mind my own business. Fine. Whatever.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Why do I have to listen to you? If I just jump off. Jump off the stairs. This one? Oh, he had a nice office though. Why do I have to listen to you? Why? This way, don't got a wife, little bro.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Why can't I go out? That's so stupid.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
This wall. It's not working. Mr. Game.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Well, I got to speak into it, though. Hello?
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You
blocked it off.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait, what are you gonna do? What are you doing?
Stanley? Hello? Are you...
Wait,
is everything
like
okay? Stanley, please.
Like
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door.
The end.
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
That's it?
Stanley, this is important.
That's it.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
Okay. Well.
Do something.
That's only 20 minutes. We're gonna platinum this game, okay, guys? We're gonna platinum it.
I need this.
Tonight, okay?
The story needs it. So, you hear me?
Peter Griffin.
Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Oh, I feel bad for him now.
Okay. It's okay, I can wait.
No,
You
I
need
feel
time to
bad for him
decide.
though.
Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right.
No, why do I
I'll
feel...
wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
No, why do I feel bad for him now? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. You said I feel bad. Is this still the first?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Actually,
Stanley
no,
decided to go to the
okay,
meeting
you're
room.
annoying me again.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You're annoying me
No
again.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
You're annoying me again. Oh. What? Oh, it's staying too. Where is this office located? What the heaven? Why is it so boring?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
I mean,
Trick
kinda.
a door 5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks? Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay, I mean, I'll do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then a few more times. Hello? I did it 20 times.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
What do you mean
Perhaps
this is a
50
noble
clicks
cause?
will do it. Yes,
50?
almost certainly 50 clicks.
I'm doing it for the trophy, I guess. So... Yeah, I'm not listening to you. Wait.
No,
I am listening
I'm
to you.
still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
Yeah,
I want to
I'm
see
doing it.
commitment, a willingness to
I'm
go
fucking
all the
not
way no
gonna
matter
say
the
it.
cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Why am I listening to you? For the trophy, I guess. 417, those 417. Okay, I guess I gotta go. Where's 417? Where is it? Is it over here? No, that's 50s. Why? I don't know why. Okay, we just clicking a few
Oh,
times.
great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Okay. Why you make me do this? They're gonna magically open them all. Like, where's 437? Oh, it's right here.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere.
I think
Now,
we-
door
okay.
415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415? Okay. Like, this I can listen to, because this actually means something. Like, the rest of that didn't mean nothing, but this means something. This is meaningful. Like, these doors probably haven't been touched in years, and they're lonely.
Now, back to door number 437.
Okay. Whatever you say. I'll only listen to you when it involves door clicking. Besides that, I am not listening to your...
Let's see.
Twitter.
How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
What's the copy machine? Why am I doing this? Good question. Why am I talking to myself? Another good question. Where's the copy machine? Another good question. Can you tell me where this copy machine is? Mr. Talkie Man? Where's the copy machine? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not. Where's the copy machine? Hello? Where did it go? Where did he go? Why don't you tell me what the copy machine is?
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Alright. Alright, Master.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Okay. info and then...
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Okay, Master. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Okay, sir. I need this. You don't know how badly I need this. This has been more than anything else in my life has ever been.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
Okay.
Yes! We did it!
Yeah!
Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
I got the
Oh,
trophy.
you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back.
that.
Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
I earned that. I feel so proud of myself. You know, this is what life's all about, you know. You gotta just try stuff until you get it. And if you don't get it, you don't give up. You just keep going for it, because it pays off. It pays off.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
They're smart. So we're gonna enter the door on the left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, I did. Sure.
Wow. Yes. This room.
Okay, I know
what a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I want to see what's in here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Whoops.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I did do that. Now, let me check the trophy list on this. Ow. No, check the trophy. We're only 12 trophies. Yeah, 12 trophies. I can do that. Test trophy, please ignore. Quit the game and start again. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. I have been 4 minutes. Yo, how am I supposed to get that? How am I supposed to get this, bro? I guess I can just set my date.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe I judged you too harshly because your British accent. But
when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's your fault. It's your fault.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Have this all code. Let it ball up inside. Take it, pass it out. Inside. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
If this is boring, it's all your fault.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Yes, very secret.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Wait, how do I... 2, 5, 8. No. Can you tell me what it is again?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
No, because I couldn't know that. 2845. No, because I couldn't.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, no,
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, you better have a good story, Mr. British person, or else I'm never trusting anyone British ever again. Alright. Loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
What question? I wasn't listening to you. I was talking about how the romantic...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape? Nah, I'm gonna do this. This seems more fun. Because the British person will never steer me wrong.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Do I have the strength to find out? You have to find out. Employee observation protocol. I'm blind, I can't read that shit.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building,
I've played
Stanley's
these games
co-workers,
before.
the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom means everything. Because we're in America, and this is America. Don't gun got you children up. I love Childish Gambino.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Where's Thanos?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
But how? You're just like saying, oh, you gotta dismantle the controls, but like, oh, console disabled. Yeah, it's disabled. I already did it. I won. And then, is there something up here? No, wait, what's this? Yeah, everything's all fine. So, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, Mr. British Man? Mr. British Man, talk to me. I'm scared. You left me alone, Mr. British Man, and now I'm scared, and I need comfort. Oh, just through here. It's like that Apple commercial where it's like the guy with the hammer and he like throws like the hammer into the screen and he's like.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Do I press off or do I press on? Like on one hand, I like not having mind control, but on the other hand, I like having other people have mind control.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
I do want control.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
Yeah,
if you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
I think I know what I got.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Yeah, you know
A moment of
what to do.
solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
That's so nice of you. Thank you.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
10,000 years.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless, to see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
That's very nice.
Take a look at the clock,
Only
Stanley.
30 seconds.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Why is it so shaky?
Another choice.
It makes me like...
Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Oh. Chat, you good? Maybe I should have pressed off. Oh, okay. I'm back here. Okay. Oh, that was.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
you know what? When I listened to you last time, you kind of killed me. So,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It's so annoying.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace, its subtle charm.
Always go back
No.
if you want.
Stanley knew it was
Yeah, I
something
probably should have
deeper,
pressed the
something
off
darker.
button when it showed me that low
But
key though.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nah, I'm going down. I'm going down here. I'm skipping. Loading.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
No, I didn't.
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go,
Can you, like...
from here, it's, left.
Can you open the doors then? Why, oh. Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
I love free will. Yes,
No,
sir.
no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What
I don't
was
know.
I thinking?
I don't know.
It's
maybe
clearly...
you just said that.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Are you good? You good,
Now,
bro?
let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Yeah, okay. Oh. Can I, like, hot rod this thing? I wish I could, Loki. Loki, I want to hot rod it. But I can't.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be
Squid
here
Games all
yet.
over
This is
again.
all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, who am I kidding?
Reality.
It's all
Oh,
rubbish
daddy.
now.
Oh,
The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm?
No,
Okay,
no.
from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Fine.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change?
I don't think anything
Stanley,
changed.
did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on.
No, you didn't tell me what
Why
to
am
do.
I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah, exactly.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, there's... Ooh, I like this. Why is the chairs in the way? I want to go into one of the chairs. I want to sit in the chair. Whatever. Alright, what's over here? Is this like the bathrooms? Like, oh. Okay, so I'm back. No, I'm not going to do those ones. I already know what to do with those ones.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise
Well,
you
it's
there
not my
definitely
fault.
was a story here before.
Yeah,
Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over
Yeah,
again. But
exactly.
it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No. I hate you. No, I'm just gonna go back to work. I can't even... I hate you so much. I want you and your British...
All of his
ass
co-workers were
to go
gone.
sit
What
your
could it
ass
mean?
down.
Stanley decided to
Leave
go to the
fuck
meeting
alone.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Goddamn.
memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering
Where'd
this
the
wrong.
doors go?
It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Why'd you take away the doors? You're writing this. You're pissing me off, little British man, okay? You're pissing me off.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Why are you so incoherent? Just make up your fucking mind. Like, what the
Now this...
like fucking hell.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
This the fucking
I
alley,
can't quite
bro.
recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
What is this? You're the one
Do you remember,
that's writing
Stanley?
the story.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
No, I don't.
You win!
Oh.
Congratulations!
I'll take that.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
I'll take that.
No, I don't feel right
thought-
about this
I
at
thought- I
all.
thought I won.
We both know you didn't put in any
Yes,
actual
I did.
work
I
for
put
that
in
win.
so much
Some
effort.
people win fair and square,
I had
and
to
this
deal
was
with
not one of
you,
those
okay?
situations. Okay?
I won.
I'm getting
I won,
weirded
okay?
out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You have to restart.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
I like that.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Ooh, what's this? I like this.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this
it does?
direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
I hate you.
Nope. Here's a thought.
I hope
Wouldn't
there's an
wherever
end where
we
I get
end
to
up be
kill
our
you.
destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act
Yeah,
of moving
I don't think I
forward,
got it any-
are we
I don't
implying a
think I got it
journey
anymore.
such
It's
that a
fading.
destination is inevitably conjured into being via
What
the
the
very
heck?
manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know
What are you
I
doing?
think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Free will doesn't give you anything. Oh no, this is Who decided on this music is No, please, I'll restart. No, I'm going this way. I'm going to go this way. Please, turn it off. I'm dying. Please, this music is so bad. No, how do I get out of this? Yeah, I know this music is bad. He makes the worst. I want to strangle him in his British girl throat.
Cut the music.
Thank
Go back
you.
and look at that
Thank
fan.
you. Thank you. I was fucking dying. I think I
Wait,
need some
what?
Advil after
We're back
that.
at the office? No.
Why'd you
no.
close the door?
Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story?
Is
Is any of this ringing a bell?
what fern? What fern do I gotta look at? This one? This one? I don't think it's doing anything. Is it back here?
Stanley,
Oh, yeah.
this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely
Okay.
and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I know every pixel of it now. Thank you. Very obtuse. Very obtuse fern. Alright, where am I going? The Stanley pair. I think I went the wrong way. Okay. Alright.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to
I
us?
think I went the
After we
wrong way.
trusted you, after everything we've been through, you...
I'm back in
No,
this
I can't
game.
take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
No.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the
Can you
adventure
let me
line. What's
live,
it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring,
know,
mysterious.
you told me to.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply
it's his
start
fault.
wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
What direction? This way? You didn't tell me where, you just... Where? This is... Am I stupid or something? Do I can't go to work. I'm chasing a ghost. Oh, I'm stupid. I didn't see that shit.
Now,
Thanks.
yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Yeah,
What
I'm
do you
not with
want
you,
our
little bro.
story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, but I'm not, because I don't want to deal with...
Oh, no,
Well,
not you again.
I like
Stanley,
that.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our
Line.
awesome new
It's
story.
trademarked.
No
Why is the
lines or
line
monitor rooms.
trademarked?
Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Why is it trademarked too? I don't think I can go that way. Alright, I'm gonna go this way then. Is
A
this like-
choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Exactly,
How
free will
important
does
we mustn't
exist.
squander the opportunity.
You just gotta
In fact,
try hard
I
enough,
believe I
and
need a
then
minute to
free
think
will
here.
will be
Just
there.
walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means
Yeah, I'm
that
not following your direction,
somewhere,
I'm
the
following
place
my
where we're
direction.
trying to go, there must
I-
be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn
Yeah, I don't think
means that
all
our
this is working. It's making
destination
me dizzy.
corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting
No, I
from
don't
the
think
right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since
I
the
don't think
answer is
so.
clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Okay,
Come,
but
Stanley.
where is right
Our
now?
destiny
I'm dizzy.
awaits.
Really?
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending.
Oh,
You're
I
telling
spent
me
20 minutes on
that's
that.
what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Oh.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again.
Oh, I
Then what?
die?
Am I just supposed to forget? Well,
Is
what
it
if I
then-
don't want to
I have
forget?
to die now?
My mind
That's
goes
so
blank
mean.
simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide?
sit down at
Why
least.
don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
I don't think you're in
No,
control.
it can't be. I don't want it
There
to
is
be.
no free
I
will.
don't want the
That's
game to
what-
keep
that's what it's all
restarting.
about.
I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be
Exactly.
trapped
Now
like
you're
this.
with- now
I
you're with
won't
me.
restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I
You're
won't
just gonna
do
leave me
it.
trapped in this room then.
And the timer stopped?
Oh, okay.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us?
0 being controlled.
Will something happen?
3. Yeah.
So,
No one knows who's really in
Okay.
control. Like the narrator.
I
But,
guess
like-
now we just wait. You know,
You know,
I
free
suppose
will
in some
makes
way
me say
that this is a kind of
But, like,
story. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know where
I'm
I'm
not
going.
quite sure if we're in the destination or the
But
journey.
I still
Though
hate
they're
this
always
British
saying
guy.
that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
When do you
Eventually.
leave? I like
Well,
that
in the
the narrator
meantime,
is
if you-
gone. Oh. Well, at least I got what at least I got what I wished for, so I'm happy about that.
All of his co-workers were
You're
gone.
back again.
What could it
Welcome back
mean?
again.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You know what? I don't want to listen to what you have to say, but
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Okay, you know
doors,
what? I'm gonna
this
go-
was not the correct way to the meeting room,
I think
and
it's-
Stanley
I think
knew
I know
it
what I'm-
perfectly
I think I know
well.
what I'm doing.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh yeah, I did.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true
I don't want
happiness.
those 5 pixels.
Then the feeling
soda.
went away, and he felt sad again. But
That's
eager to
not
get back
nice.
to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't. I checked this door.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's
And
incredible he wasn't
I'm
5
not
years
gonna
ago.
jump off this time, and I'm gonna take this.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the
I
wrong
think
foot
you don't know
here.
what you're talking
I'm not
about.
your enemy, really, I'm not.
I think you are.
I realize that
my enemy.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult,
I
but the
don't-
fact is that the story has been
I
about
don't wanna
nothing
hear
but
your
you
voice. Shut up.
all
You might
this
get-
time. There's someone
Someone
you've
that's
been
not British.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
I want
This
to
is
find
it,
out who her
Stanley.
is.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
You know what?
She's been waiting.
Fine, who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
That's her, Stanley.
I
You
really
need
want
to be
to
the
flip
one
the
to
phone,
do this, to
but
reach
I already
out
did
to
that
her.
and it did nothing.
If you can truly
So I'm
place
gonna
your...
pick up. I don't want to listen to you, but I'm gonna pick up. 427, and I'm back. Ooh.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Who is
Hold on,
that?
sweetie.
It's
Sorry
not-
to keep
it's
you
not the
waiting.
British guy.
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
It's not the British guy. I'm in...
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come
I
in
don't
and
want
tell
to
me
talk
all
to
about
him. Yo!
Gotcha.
I hate you.
Oh, come on.
I hate you.
Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their
No.
life to you? I'm trying to make a
Yeah.
point here, Stanley. I'm trying to
That's
get you
true.
to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on
This
here.
game make me have an existential crisis.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh. Good morning, employee 427. Press 0 on your controller. I don't want to. Press X. And square. And triangle. Fine.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button
in
that he
love with a
pushes
mannequin.
is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Can I go in the fridge? I can't go in the fridge. Okay. Can I leave? No, I'm just stuck in this invisible box.
Look at him there,
That's
pushing
great.
buttons, doing exactly what he's
Shut
told
up.
to
There's
do.
nothing else I can do,
Now he's
okay?
pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
Now he's
Now
pushing a button.
he's
Now he's
going
eating
home.
lunch. Shut up.
Now he's
God
coming
damn it.
back to work. One might even
No, I'm
feel
not.
sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
No, I haven't. You've made me choose this life. I don't want to choose this life, but you've made me choose it. And now I'm stuck like this. Yeah. I'm not going to press X. I'm not going to press X. I'm not going to press X. I'm not going to press X.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk,
No,
Stanley dreamed
I
of
don't
wild
know what this expeditions into the
into the unknown,
I don't know where
fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
But like, what if? But it's our apartment. I love her, and I don't care if she's a mannequin.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
If I was gonna spend some time with the boys, there's no boys here. There's only a fucking creepy mannequin.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down
Was
one
it you?
path lay an enormous round room with
I've talked to you
monitors
about
and
this.
mind controls.
Can't keep pissing
And down
on the
another
floor,
was a
okay?
yellow line that
Okay.
weaved in many directions.
No.
And
Okay.
down another was
Okay.
a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Where are my kids? It's just these boxes. Okay? It's just these boxes. I don't have kids.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path,
Yeah.
mustn't there be? Perhaps
Wait,
if he played
so if the
just one
files
more
are the
time.
kids, then what's the filing cabinet? I'm just saying. I love you.
But there is no answer.
Oh.
How could there
It's all
possibly
work.
be?
Yeah.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Yeah. Fine.
And
Let's
I'm
get out of
trying to
this one.
tell him this. That in this world, he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me.
I mean,
he won't stop. Here,
did you see
watch
that
this.
mannequin?
Stanley, the
That's
next
all-
time
that's
the
all I'm
screen
saying.
asks you
Did
to
you see
push
that
a button,
mannequin?
do not do it.
Press down to be at work in the morning. I don't want to be at work. I'm going to press everything else besides that because I don't want to. Fine.
You
fine.
see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand?
I just
that every
started
second
tuning
he
it out
remains
because it
here,
was
he's
annoying me so
electing to
much.
kill himself. How can I
No,
get him
I'm
to see what
not.
I
Just
see? How can I make him look at himself?
You're just making me do this shit. I don't want to do this, but you're making me do this. Okay? I don't want to do it, but you're making me. I'm going to question everything. Where am I? What am I doing here? When will that clock fucking shut up? What does it even say? I can't even say what it says. Fucking,
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Wow.
And Stanley pushed a button.
That's nice.
And I tried again. And
It's a
Stanley
real nice
pushed a button.
message.
And I tried.
Yeah, that's nice. That's what you want to hear, right? That's what you want to hear. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you want to hear.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Now,
Stanley
now
decided
I
to
know
go
what
to
they
the
gotta
meeting
do.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, what I gotta do.
When Stanley
Yeah.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the
He
door on
always
his
is.
left.
And nothing will ever change. He's just gonna keep dying and keep resetting.
This was not the
And
correct
then
way
I'm
to the
gonna
meeting
get
room,
pissed
and
off with
Stanley
this
knew it
fucking
perfectly
narrator
well.
who
Perhaps he
won't
wanted
shut
to
up.
stop by the employee lounge first,
And then
just to
this cycle
admire it.
repeats.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had
Gritty.
never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
No,
I mean,
that's weird.
truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
Do you have something you wanna tell us? Do you have something you wanna tell us?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Like, okay. Alright, yeah.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Oh yeah, because they just tasered me because I just love drinking my pixelated soda.
Stanley
cold
sat
drink,
around waiting for
citrus
more
gray.
dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Is it? I think it is trying to send me a message. And the message is, I really hate you and I want you to die.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Nope, I didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
I'm not gonna jump.
Look, Stanley, I think
really
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me.
Free will. That's what the
asking
title of
for
this
her.
video is. Do I have free will? And the answer is
This is
yes,
it,
I do have
Stanley.
free will.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work
Can I
aside,
go through here?
to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Yeah, my lovely mannequin wife. Oh, how I do love her.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
I don't.
To reach. Oh, no, you can't.
Yeah,
Did you just unplug the phone?
I did.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
'Cause
You
I,
actually
pulled the
chose
plug.
incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
I did it.
No,
Right there.
it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley
Right there.
picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Yes,
Music
my
comes
lovely
in,
mannequin.
fade to white, roll credits. Not
Yeah,
picking
you
up
just
the
told
phone
me what
is
to do
actually
and what
somehow an
not to.
incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second.
have free will.
Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
No, I'm not playing this. I'm not.
I
a real
can't
person.
believe I was so
I'm who I
mistaken.
am.
This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you
Are you
not
done?
grasp the
No,
severity
you
of the
said
situation? Well, I won't have
tell
that
you
kind of
after.
risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
I don't want to watch the instructional video.
Choice.
I already
It's the
watched it
best
once.
part of being a real
Let's get
person.
this.
But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real.
Yeah, it's
Allow the person
literally
to
an
finish their
unskippable
thought,
cutscene. I
then
wish
provide
I
an
had
excuse
seen it.
why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
What the fuck does that even mean? A back sack crack.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally,
Yeah.
if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make
It
a
is
significant contribution to the world,
I don't think
just
it's the
remember
ending, though.
that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant,
yeah.
and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Yeah. I was gonna have existential
welcome
crisis when I
back.
played this game.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
Yeah, I
but
have
not to
noticed
worry.
that.
Now that you're properly
Can I
informed
talk
on
to my
good
wife
decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you
I
made
talk to
just
my
a
wife
few
again?
minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been.
I don't want
This
that.
way, please.
I'd have to talk to my wife than you. I'd rather talk to my mannequin than you. Ugh.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the
I thought you
platform
just
and
said
dying.
they were meaningless. I thought
Imagine
you
the
said
main
nothing
character
matters.
dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Yeah. You're not well equipped to deal with reality. Thank you, good sir. You have buildings. I like the blueprints in Fortnite. Whatever.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I don't want to go to the real world. I like...
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh, the other left. Oh, okay. Wait, this doesn't feel like the right one. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I just had to make sure, guys.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work.
Huh?
Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to.
I got an idea.
I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
No, you don't. Oh, yeah. Oh. That's interesting.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
Pretty clever.
My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Yeah.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh. My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I did do that. I did walk upstairs. Why does it look different? That's weird.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this,
Who
until he
did
saw the
orchestrate
door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions.
Maybe
And
it
beyond
is.
all probability,
Like,
he
why
knew
are
the
you here
passcode.
and
He had
bossing
seen it on
around
his boss's computer
and
just
British?
last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the
Okay.
code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Shark 1. What was it? How do I do it? What?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Can
He
you, like,
spoke
show me
it
or
into the
something?
receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Why did I try
I'm
doing
sorry,
it?
is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for
literally
this
couldn't.
one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect
literally
Stanley
couldn't, though.
shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there.
tried
Why
that,
did you
didn't
come this
work.
way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Don't call me that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Yeah.
he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, why does he look so ugly?
Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Why has he got that? Why has he got that low taper
Stanley,
fade
please.
cut?
I need you to make
That's
a
not low
choice.
taper fade.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story
You're having
needs
to
you.
feel
It needs you to
bad
make
for
a
this guy,
decision.
'cause I don't
It
like
cannot
him.
exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice
Whatever.
you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something.
God damn it.
Anything. This is more important than you could ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
Does it though? It
So,
really doesn't.
You hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay.
Why are you
It's
so
okay, I'm
fat?
right.
Like,
need
it's
time
not
to
that deep, bro.
decide.
It's just a game.
Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Alright.
Take as much time as you need.
You done now? Alright. I don't have to leave that. I think. What if I was the narrator the whole time? Wait.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where am I? This is weird.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I know it's weird. I don't like it. It's kind of scary, not gonna lie. But I'm gonna see what's.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Yes, it
Stanley
was.
knew it perfectly well.
Yes,
Perhaps
it
he
was.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Like
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too much, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Does anyone know how to get another ending?
And so
Oh,
he
wait, no, I
detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to
I
the
remember.
opposite door,
I can
and got
get
back
around
on
it.
track.
Okay.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, Well,
Alright. This time,
from
I think I
here,
should not blow
it's,
anything
left.
up.
Oh,
the
no, it's to the
garage
right, my
ending? I don't
mistake.
think so. How do I get that one?
No,
Stop it.
not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's
I don't know,
clearly...
what are you thinking?
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to,
staircase.
Who am I kidding? It's all
Downstairs.
rubbish
Alright,
now.
thanks.
The
I'm
whole
gonna try
story
that next.
completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna listen to
All of his
now if I
co-workers
don't
were
want
gone.
to,
What could it mean?
then I am going
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What am I doing? I'm going to go this way.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear,
No.
I definitely restarted
No.
the game over,
No.
completely fresh.
No.
Everything
No.
should be...
No.
Oh, did something
no,
change?
no.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the
No, I got the
monitors?
con-
Did
no.
you move the story somewhere,
Did
or...
I get the confusion
Hold
one
on.
again?
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for
Yeah, I
sure that
don't
it's
know.
here somewhere.
I don't know
Okay,
how to get
then.
out. I think I'm just gonna do that. Alright, I think I'm good. Okay, I'm gonna check my trophies. How do I even complete that? In 4 minutes. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. How am I supposed to platinum this?
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Okay, I can do that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, I can do that. I can enter the door on my left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might
I
find an
can go
oncoming to a
downstairs. I
staircase,
didn't realize
Stanley
that.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope. I did not.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
What did I just say?
This is all a dream.
Yeah.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't
Like, am I
crazy
trying?
after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon.
And now
I'll have to
it's
go
stuck.
back to my
Okay,
boring
now I'm
real-life
stuck.
job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, I'm flying.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too, surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
And it was all a dream.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
I know it's a dream, okay?
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Are you sure?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, it did? Okay. Well, that was interesting.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Yeah,
but then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
So she didn't even call for help, she just left the guy on the street? That's wild. Alright. I think I know that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I think I just gotta
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
And then
Perhaps
actually
he had simply missed a memo.
Button. New content?
Oh,
I want new content.
New content? What does that mean?
I want
new
new content. I like new content. What's this? Ooh. Ooh, what's this? This is pretty cool.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I do know that.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Is this really the extra content that's added?
Please
Telling me
step
that there's new
inside and see
content.
what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Okay.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the
what's
thrilling new Ultra Deluxe
It's gonna
content.
be nothing. It's gonna be
Okay,
nothing.
so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. So is this...
Is it broken? What's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on
that's
here? Should we...
Am I just
Should
locked
we be
in this
moving
elevator
somewhere?
now?
Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at
Okay,
long
okay,
last,
okay.
it's on to the
It's gonna be
new
it's gonna be
content.
nothing.
I've never been more ready. Let's
It's gonna
do
be
it.
nothing. And I know it's gonna be nothing.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
It's a brick wall. Oh my god. Oh. New
All right.
content, the jump
All right, let's see.
circle.
It's the jump circle.
I can jump! Oh, now I can. I can jump inside the circle. I missed it. Okay, I just gotta keep jumping. This is for the grind, okay? We gotta keep grinding we gotta grind for the jump circle. This is exciting new content, guys. Never seen before. Jumping. I did it. I can't jump anymore.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
This is riveting. This is worth the $0 I spent. For sure. I jumped it all away. Oh, we're back in the
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley,
where's it
I
going?
have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
What do you mean
If this is
so
new
exciting?
content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell,
Wait,
I could
actually?
count to 30 trillion.
Yo.
You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
Okay.
Very good. Yes. I knew there
It's
had to
pretty
be something
exciting
else.
if you think
Let's
about
see
it.
I'm ready for whatever it
Pretty
is.
cool.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You
You're
see,
welcome.
Stanley? This is what
I'm glad you
happens
made it,
when
'cause
greedy
I
video
enjoyed
game
it.
developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and
On
hold
Twitter?
them personally accountable.
On Twitter?
It's my fault,
You
Stanley.
mean X?
I built up too much
Did everything
anticipation
happen?
around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game?
No.
And we'll
This
try
is
to get back to what the
I
Stanley
like
Parable is
this
really
chair, it's pretty
about.
cool.
No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
This chair is pretty cool.
What do you say, friend?
No, I like this chair. I know. I miss the old Twitter. The always gold Twitter. I hate the new Twitter. The always rude Twitter. The bad mood Twitter.
Psst. Stanley,
What's this?
come over here. In the vent.
Sunset.
I want to show you something.
It's kind of suspicious. Is it gonna like close? Coffee. Right. Where am I going? Where am I going?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got
That
me
was the
thinking about the
best,
past
bro.
and how much
I
better
loved
the
it.
Stanley Parable used to be.
This
So
is
I
FNF.
made something special
not
and
FNF,
tucked it
FNF.
away here where the
Yo,
game's developers
I
won't
like it.
find it. Just our little
Hey.
secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences
cool.
like the
I
launch
like
of the
it.
Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013
I'm not playing this on
when the game
PlayStation.
originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Done. Hey, this is pretty cool. I like this. I was... This kind of a vibe, you know? I can't say on the things, but it's kind of a vibe, you know?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yeah, it's worth it. Alright. What's on here? Memory zone maintenance. Can I not go in there? Why'd you make this if I can't go in there? There's fire in there? That's not very safe. You should probably get someone to check that out. It's me. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna figure out a way to get up there and press that button. I can't get up there and press that button.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation, boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Yeah, the beloved franchise, the Stanley Parable. How do you expect me to get over there? I already went that way. Carpet textures. Like, how do you expect me to get over here? Anyone know how to get over here? Cause I'm stuck. No, am I just stupid? Like, what am I missing?
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Are you gonna tell me?
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
And of course you come into my stream, bro. Of course. Tell Jaden I said hi. Do you know how to do this? Because I'm low-key stuck. Yo, what am I, like, can this British guy talk? Like, yo. Oh wait, there might be something, maybe maintenance door opened. It did open, I'm so
Wait.
smart like that.
Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Hey Jaden.
Oh no,
Yeah.
oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and
Hello,
unfunny,
Mr. AK,
with his humor
AK.
and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
How is your night
Unfunny.
going,
I'm
gentlemen?
not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley parable,
What do you
but the
mean,
game is
bro?
already such a densely layered web of profound
I was trying to
philosophical
request
insights
that.
that I can't even
Good
imagine where I'd
sir,
have the room to stick
I
them.
will most indeed oil up for you, my darling. No, actually, that's my mannequin wife. Only my mannequin wife gets me oiled up. See, you weren't in the stream, so you wouldn't know. You wouldn't
Okay,
get the
let's see what
reference.
this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, his
Yeah, I'm getting
preachiness
written
gets
with
annoying
AAK.
fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with.
Yeah, it's
You
because
can't know
went
how
with
much
British
fluff I
accent.
cut from the
Shut
game to
up.
get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise
We always
unimpeachable
do.
track
We
record.
always do love it.
I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
Betrays a
Perhaps
person.
the Stanley parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remember.
Maybe. But, like, really, if you think about it, life is like listening to
What's this one got to
Igor
say?
by Tyler, the Creator.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
I do wish there was a skip button.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that.
Yeah.
If I'm truly
Holy
too preachy,
Gafford, bro.
then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't
It's
hurt.
gotta be
Not
like
if
one of
it
the
means
biggest
we can
gappers
strike
of all
these
time.
negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews
Yo,
of the
what's-
Stanley parable. That's my motto
did
today,
they-
and it's always been my motto. I'd do
I think-
anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a
Good,
skip button we
I would
shall
most
have.
request if you use your mouthful.
And
to
here it
and
is. Go ahead and give it a
start
shot. I'll
it.
pop you forward in time.
Okay. I skipped.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only
Yep.
frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less...
Yeah. Yep. Alright, I think I fixed it. Alright, we back.
less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look,
CX
I'll
then
outline it
Jaden,
for
I
you
would
very
prefer if you
briefly,
keep
and you
this
can tell
fucking
me what
family friendly. Cause like,
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's
Maybe.
the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless
Yo.
display of self-absorption, it's
Did you
right
guys
at your
make Squid
fingertips to
Games
go,
too?
poof, and it's all over.
ow.
I can't wait to see what... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Good.
Stanley, please don't push the button
This
again. It's
stream
been
is modern
12
Renaissance
hours.
with jolly old speech. Yes,
You've
Sam,
just been frozen there. I don't know why the
This
skips
game
are getting
is
longer,
most
but they're
enjoyable,
really, truly getting longer. And my
partaking with
God,
the
there's no
company
way out of the
of
room.
my good fellows
Stanley,
and
you're back.
good friends.
You're back. Oh my
Oh, it's
goodness.
dying.
I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
Goodbye.
I've been sitting. Oh, hello.
So,
It's
Wowza,
You're
the
here again.
accent Jaden,
I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been
tonight.
through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not
nonchalantness
moved
of
for one
Mr.
entire
Master's
year?
presence
Let
is
me describe
exceeding
it
me
for you.
thought
To begin
process,
with,
thus
there is only
resulting in
regret.
me pickle.
There is only a turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time.
That's what we do it for.
Days,
That's what we in the business for.
months.
We make those
I
pickles.
lost it all in a blur of the deepest
I'm not gonna
longing
finish
to
that.
undo the past.
Sir Rocket Master,
And when that
24.
feeling
It's
had
actually
begun to
23,
subside,
so
what
I'm not
took
going
its
to take
place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every
this
moment I
study
have ever
of my
experienced
actions,
my
and I
entire
will
life.
refrain
All
from.
of them
I would
collapsed
prefer
down
if
into
you
a single
refrain
instant.
from such
In that
profanity in
instant, I
the
could see
comment
myself
section of this
clearly,
live
calmly,
video
with a collected
stream.
heart. It was an
Good sir.
impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity.
Sorry, sir.
For what I now
It
know was
is
far
much
less.
okay.
You see,
Good
it
sir.
was a revelation
Cheerio.
for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that
Are
you
you
and
still
I have
talking,
squabbled
bro?
over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same
Much
moment.
apologies
And I
to
felt
that.
freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a
Mr.
particular
Wowza,
outcome into being.
the
I
thing
saw
is,
that I could allow
I am
myself to
in this
exist
business
along all
to
timelines, and that
erectile
each of them was simply
the
a
pickles.
strand in the
And the
web of my
pickles-
being.
I'm not gonna.
It was
I'm
incredible.
gonna stop talking.
The spaciousness, the
I'm gonna
equanimity
stop
of the
talking now.
moment, both singular
I'm gonna
and
stop
infinite.
talking now.
For the
Sir,
longest
isn't
time,
it
this
quite
was my
the hour to
experience.
jump in
And then
and
this
spout
moment
when you
passed, and the most unyielding thing I have
jump
ever
into
known crept
spout
into my
and
mind.
sleep?
And
I
it is
hope you
this
get the deep
sensation
presence.
that I have been
It
experiencing
appears
now
my
for longer
attention
than
there
I
is
could
an
have
imposter
ever
by the name of
expected was
Rocket Master
possible.
24.
I have been
I
waiting
will
for
immediately inform the
not that you
frontman.
might save me or do something to
Dear
fix
friend
it,
Jaden, you are
but
not in Squid
merely
Games,
to
okay? There's no
state for
frontman.
you the
I
plain fact of
apologize.
this
Some of
manner
my words have been
existence.
in
I
vain,
wish
but
you to feel afraid,
but
as I
surely
do,
not on
that
purpose.
perhaps one day this
Thank you,
state
good
of
sir.
mind will
It's
consume
much
you as
obliged.
well. Perhaps you will somehow,
And
in
he's
some
still
way,
talking.
have to live as I do now. And
I
I
don't
wish
care.
for you to know how
I want this to be
excruciating
an
it
ending
is,
where I
and for
slit
you
his
to be in
throat.
true terror of its eventual arrival.
I
If
want that to
can
be an ending. I
only
just
do
slit his
this,
throat.
only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
You done? There's a skip button? I don't even know. I think it's still yapping. Sorry for the autocorrect. I meant the officers of the live action video. Wait, what happened? Oh, I didn't even realize I was facing the ground. Good night, sir. The day approaches, and I hope you have a great stream, Jai. AKA, I hope you and your fellow comrades have a most enjoyable sleepover. And then, I'm sorry I couldn't come, but yeah. Maybe next time. Okay, who forgot to change the smoke alarm batteries?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes?
Yeah, someone gotta
They
change those
screamed,
batteries.
They gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough.
I don't care. I literally can, bro, but it's off now, so. How we feeling tonight, chat? How we doing tonight? Good night, good sir. Good night, ZX and Jaden. Good night, Wowza.
The end is never the end, is never the end.
What are you on about?
Is never the end.
This is the extra content they added?
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
This is the extra content? Really? This is all I could think of? Well, is there even a point to this? Does anyone know what this is or what I'm doing? Yo, what happened? What happened? Like a flooding thing? This should get flooded? Oh, I can see the light. I can feel the light inside. Can you feel that fire? Oh, fire. Oh, it looks so nice. It looks so beautiful. It looks so nice. I like it. It's beautiful. Oh, what happened to it? Like, what is going on? Yo, am I missing something? Like, what's going on? Yo, wait, can I escape? Where am I? What happened to this game? I haven't played these games before. Okay, this is pretty cool. Yeah, this is cool. Did the narrator just like die or something? Cause that's pretty nice. That's all I ever wanted. That's all I ever wanted. And now my wish has come true. And I could not be more thankful. It's you guys has been that was pretty cool. I doubt that's it. That's it. Alright, that was pretty cool though. I like that. That was pretty cool.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Have I though? Or was the real memo the friends made along the way? Ooh, new content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes,
I had to see a flowchart to see what was
you.
happening. If you go back, there's new. Oh yeah, I just found it. It's the new content. I didn't even have to download anything for that. Is this just the same? It's gonna be the same thing. Oh, I hope not.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
This has
The
not been
original
disappointing.
Stanley
I don't know what you're
was a
talking
landmark,
about.
and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow, what a creative name. That's like
yes, you
so
see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
It is.
calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
I like Ultra Deluxe better.
What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement.
The Google
It's
slideshow.
future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising
Google
potential.
slideshow. It's a Google slideshow. It's just different fonts. That's all it is. That's all it
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
The red carpet for the new Stanley Parable, because that's what everyone wanted to see. It's the new Stanley Parable. Wow. Where do I... Oh. Let me just go over here. This
Here we are. Go on.
Headquarters.
Try out some of the new features.
I don't know why it's so funny. Exclusive, that's the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. I gotta see that.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be
How many endings are
recognized
there?
And validated.
Like, I
as
feel like
people.
I've seen like most
So
of
with
them.
that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Okay.
Isn't that wonderful?
To say my name. If it says Stanley, I'm gonna punch my monitor.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Yeah,
but of
that's my
course, in the
name.
final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
My name
If so, then
Jim.
please step forward and press the button.
Yo, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game, well, it's me. My name is Jim, so there's no way it can guess my name, right?
Jim.
Yes!
Yo!
See? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you! Do it again! Do it again!
That's crazy.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
I can't believe it guessed my name. I just want to hear it one more time.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
No!
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Oh, no. It's gone. Now I'm sad. What's through here? It's locked. Of course it's locked. Yeah. Jim is just such a great name. Because it's my name. Just right. Is this a window or a wall? Oh, it's a window. Okay. What else is in the Stanley Parable 2?
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would
my name
actually
is Jim.
save me the work of finishing this feature.
Yeah. Stanley reinsurance reinsurance bucket, so like if you get insurance, you can like
A common
reinsurance
complaint
it.
of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical,
It's kind of
that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
You have?
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Whoa.
You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket,
I'm not
a
holding the
sense of
bucket.
calm and ease will fill your mind
I'm
and
not
your
holding the
heart.
bucket.
It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the
I'm not
many
holding the bucket.
disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes,
Yeah.
the bucket is the perfect solution.
Can you let me hold it then?
Give it a try.
The bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact,
you can
can I
take the
say that I
bucket
do
to the-
believe the
There's
bucket
a
lends you an
bucket room?
air of charisma as well?
Nah,
I think
where's
that
the
just
bucket
holding
room?
it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
I think it has.
The benefits of the bucket seem to
It
go
really
on
highlights
and
my
on, don't
eyes.
they? All this and more
That
await
brown
you in
on
the
the handle.
Stanley Parable 2.
This is my second cup. Whoa. That's heavy. Now this is my bucket now. The button
Does
that
anyone
says
give out
gym.
awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
I think this
That
would win.
really should be an award if it isn't
It
already.
should be an award. Collectibles. Ooh, I like collectibles. Free, new, and easy trophy. I want a trophy. Nah, you can't just leave me
Now,
hanging with the
here's
bucket
something
room
special.
then.
You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well,
Yeah.
I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps
Where
I
is it?
should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
No, but I want it now. Like, that's the thing, I want it now. Bro, I hate you. I hate you, stupid trophy. Mama, I'm chasing a ghost. I look like him. Whatever. Yeah, but like it didn't work. I hate this game.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The new jump circle?
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for
I still
Stanley
have
Parable
zero.
2 as well. It's...
I still got
Oh, wait.
zero.
You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
But I want to jump. I hate you. Like, this game is so stupid. Like, it's not giving me my trophy. It's not giving me my jumps. I mean, at least I got this bucket. It's a pretty cool bucket, I think. Settings World Championship? I want to go to Settings World Championship. Like, I even got my bucket. Like, I'm such a Settings champion. I'm chosen. Run this channel. Alright. Epilogue. Whoa. That's it? That's the epilogue?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes,
Maybe.
yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay. 2. Oh, but 2. You still didn't tell me what the bucket room is. I'm still looking for it. Is it infinite hall? I want to see that. Please no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons.
so.
But I'm undecided on
good how it
Get
is.
Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which
I
would
think
you
Happy
go
12th.
with?
Happy 12th birthday is pretty good, I think. Like, realistic. Ooh, what's this? Happy 12th birthday is pretty cool. My step
You know,
niece.
sometimes when you solicit another
Who is
person's
this?
opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Get well someday, not soon, just like someday. But it's my 12-year-old niece's birthday.
Or actually,
My
maybe I should have
12-year-old
gone with...
niece's
No.
birthday.
No, I've made my decision. We're moving
My
on.
niece is gonna hate you. It's all your fault. You're gonna say I'm the worst uncle ever, and I'm gonna be like, you're not even like related to me. I'm only like 92. And she's gonna be like, oh yeah? Well, guess what? You're stupid. And I'm gonna be like, well, fuck you then.
Stanley,
She's gonna be
here's
like,
an idea
"Fuck
that
you."
I'm truly
And
fond
I'm gonna
of.
be like,
It's never been done
"Fuck you,
before
I
in a
know
video
your
game.
brother anyway."
This is in fact
Like, I don't
a
have a
hole
brother. It's
that
gonna
you
be
can
like,
fall down forever.
but, like,
That's right.
I was your
Infinite
brother.
falling. You
And
can
you're like,
fall
"You're
until the end
transgender," and
of
I'm gonna be
time
like,
if you like.
"Maybe."
Stanley forward for video.
And I'm like, that's
Isn't
so
it
progressive,
wonderful?
and I
One of my more
accept you for
ingenious
it.
concoctions, if I do say
And then we're
so.
gonna hug it out,
Now
and then
then,
we're gonna be
since
best
you've
friends
gotten to
forever.
see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back
That's
up to
why
the top, and we can continue
You
onward.
turned my niece into transgender. No, I like this.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do
Me and
recommend
my
you
hole
use
are
the
gonna survive.
teleport button to go back to the top.
Me and my
Maybe
hole
do
are
it
gonna
on the
me and my
sooner
bucket
rather
are
than later spectrum of
Because
things.
do you know what a bucket is? It's just a hole with an end. And
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
what do you mean by that?
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite?
Is it?
Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Oh.
From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
I survived
You found
that.
me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever.
Yeah.
Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What
I like
normal
it.
person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
You got a problem.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think
You
we
think?
both said some things we didn't mean.
I don't
Why
say
don't we just
anything
put all this
stupid.
behind us and agree to just call the whole
Just
mostly
the two of us.
infinite?
We can make it
If
if
that
we
works for
try.
you,
Just
then go
the
ahead
two
and press
of
the
us.
teleport button to warp
the
up to the top of the
two of
hole and
us.
we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
But I want to be out here. I like it. It's cool. New mug. Who dis? Management tab. BC tab. Meeting at 2 p.m. That's a lot of cigarettes. Who's smoking that much down here? Pause. Every pause button is a Roman number. That is true. Okay.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you... Oh, for heaven...
Oh.
You see? I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A
What do you
normal
mean by
person
that?
would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole. I didn't think it was
What's
that
the point of
not
an infinite hole?
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Fine.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay.
It's getting shorter.
Yes.
I'm
starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
Yeah,
I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something.
What?
Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, there it is.
That sounds...
A shame. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh,
that's true.
Who am I to judge?
I bet I could skydive on this thing.
Whatever it is you're here to do, and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
What do you mean? Why can't I press it? Yeah.
Is the teleport button not working?
I don't think so.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing?
Bitch.
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
What?
I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
I just like this personality.
Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
The bucket, I love the bucket, but like the hole had a good personality. I'm sorry. That's true. But at what cost? One free will? But we lost our dignity. And now we're stuck in this hole. What's going on? Oh no, it's shrinking. Yes, and now it's getting bigger. Let's go. I got a new hole and a bigger hole now. That sounded so weird. Why did I say that? Goodbye, world. It's getting deeper. That's what she said. Yo, that goes hard. That goes hard. Made it. Yeah, long in the mouth. Yep. Yep. That's this is the best. That's gonna be the thumbnail for the video. That song goes so hard. Change reality, change precipitation. Yo. I've always wanted to be. Reality can be whatever I want. No, that's a better
Stanley?
thumbnail.
Stanley! Stanley!
No!
Look, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
That was a dream.
Because this
Everything was
hole is
stupid
just so
dreams as well.
darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't
You?
have to miss a single moment. So how about if I just
damn it.
pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of
Okay.
things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole. And I'm looking forward to all of it.
That was the best part of
Stay
this
alert,
whole game
Stanley.
by far.
I'll be back. Toodle pip.
What the fuck is a Toodle Pip? It's a Toodle Pip. Okay. Well. I think I'm out now.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
What do I do with this bucket? Mostly infinite hole. I want to check out the mostly infinite hole. I think it's pretty cool. And
Come now. You've already made your choice.
I
It's
did.
true that you chose badly, but we all
No,
have to
you
move
chose
on from our
badly.
mistakes.
I chose rightly. You chose wrongly. I don't even know if I already went. I don't think I went this way yet. Opening depth infinite. Okay. It just keeps going. He looks so. Yeah. Oh, this is the trophy. I already went there. The jump shot. Ooh, I don't think I went here yet.
Ah, collectibles.
I love
Now it's a
collectibles.
real video game. In the
Yeah.
Stanley Parable 2,
Like
you'll
Fortnite.
run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
So I'll
I don't
get
want to
them.
stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply
I
collect
do.
all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
I got 1 out of 6. I just need to collect them all. Okay. Well,
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
A9. Where are these numbers? I went to the jump circle. I went to this button. The button that says near the player that's playing the game. I gotta go to the. I think I already went to the merch. Sudden World Championship. I already went to the bucket. I already went to the office decoration. No, I didn't go to the office decorations. Where's office decorations? It's next to the championship. I can't open any of the doors. Why do you even have? Yeah, I went. I'm chasing ghosts. I look like him. Yeah, someone should scan this QR code and see what it leads to. I'm low-key curious. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. Scan it in a bit. Alright, where is... Alright, thanks, bro. Ooh, that is new. I don't think it's probably gonna be like a Rickroll or something. Oh, that's just the epilogue. What's up here? Alright. is the office supply store? It's very important that I find it. Is it? It's a joke page, low key. Okay, I was expecting it to be like a ritual or something like that, so at least it wasn't that. There's office decorations. Oh, so that's gonna be like over here, I think. This is it. Oh, it's just this. Okay, how do I get out of this place? I got my bucket. And oh, where's E? Where's the exit? Okay, here is the exit. What is that?
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I guess. Like, what? Who is that? Who is bro?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
Sure.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Wow.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right?
There's trophies? I can
sort of.
the trophies.
Okay, never mind.
Let me get down
Hold
there.
on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Let me get down there. I need the trophies.
Okay, yes.
No,
yes.
I like that.
This
I like
is
the first
much
one.
better. I feel good about this. Here we go.
I felt good about the first one.
2.
Really?
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
That's true.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay. 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 Begin the game. That's pretty cool, I guess.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company.
Like I had to just reset. Okay.
All of his co-workers.
I said I needed something
for
my knees.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
This is my bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nope, I'm not doing that. Listen to you got me nowhere.
This was
I'm
not
gonna
the
listen
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I need to see that bucket
And
room.
here it was.
Had the bucket
It's
gonna be
turned out
so
to be
worth it when I
correct,
find the
was
bucket
this
room.
better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Maybe it is.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I need the bucket room. This is all gonna be worth it, I promise. Maybe the bucket. Wait. Okay, hear me out. What if the real bucket room was the friends we made along the way?
Stunned to discover not an
Hear me
indication
out.
of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Yeah,
Even
I love
now,
you, bucket.
in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always.
It
The
will.
bucket would. And he knew it. The
Yeah.
two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
No, I love
Nor
it.
in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2, 2, 8, 4, 5.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Yeah.
Was it that the bucket
Yeah, it was luck.
knew all along? Was
I think the bucket did know.
guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah, it's all you, bucket. I love you.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
I love
Soothing
the
him,
bucket.
comforting him, reassuring that in
Diamond,
this
do you
darkest
want
moment
your
of
bucket?
uncertainty, he would
You
be
seem
all
kind of
right.
lonely.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Pressing a button, press.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Just you and me, okay? No one else is here. Just me and you, okay?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being
I've played
videotaped,
these games
monitored like guinea
before.
pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
What?
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
What?
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
If I was a
These
bucket, I
questions
would
raced
want to do
furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
If I was a bucket, I could
No!
do anything
He
I
screamed
want.
into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His
No.
own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
I
At
love
this
you,
point,
bucket.
he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Yeah.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
Okay.
Stanley
Should
decided
I-
that this
okay.
machinery would never again exert its terrible power
Should
over
I-
another human life.
Okay, guys.
For
I
he
answer.
and the
Should I
bucket
press
would
off or should I
dismantle the
press
controls
on?
for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Oh yeah. But should I press off or should I press on? Like off or on? Because like I'm debating between these two, and I can't put any input in it. So I need you to tell me, should I press off or should I press on? Ooh, you know what? You're right.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Why would you
Stanley
do that, bucket?
gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along?
No.
To take over the machine and claim the power for itself?
No, I won't believe
bucket
it.
have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh.
Birds. Silly.
Hi, bird.
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Oh. Bird. I always loved you, Bucket. I knew
Stanley flipped through one
knew you
video
loved
of
me.
silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The
That's all we
mind
love to see
controls
in
were
here.
only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley
so.
marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom
Wait, what was that
because they
thing?
spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
That's what I like to see. Damn. That's it.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave
But I
of
don't
comfort
listen to
rushed
it.
over him.
I don't listen. Nah, but like I got it back, so
Stanley
that's
clutched
all
the
that
bucket
matters.
tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
It's true.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, I didn't.
No.
Said the bucket.
What was
Don't
that
go to the
employee?
meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Down,
The
Captain.
cargo
Meeting
lift,
now.
yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Okay, Mr.
Stanley
Bucket.
did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Okay.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose
I
not to
don't
think
care.
about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I love you, Bucket.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Okay.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up
Okay.
the...
I do what Bucket tells me. Bucket is
This is the
my-
sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Where'd my bucket
Once
go?
upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe
Oh,
the
this
bucket
is
could speak to him.
nice. Bucket! Bucket! Hello, Stanley. It's me, your Bucket. Press to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship.
Where's that
It
bucket?
doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Yeah, I don't even know how it if it's like that. Press triangle to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
No. It's just me and you, Bucket. That tea kettle, it ain't looking. That coffee maker, it ain't looking. Just me and you. Come here. Alright, let's get to work.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location.
That's all you really need.
It doesn't do anything else.
That's all I need. Don't listen to the loud man. The loud man is scary.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket.
I love you, Bucket.
Once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. His stupid hunk of metal.
Yes.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From
I
now
don't need
on,
bucket.
he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket.
You
This
can fill it
sort
with
of
water.
shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
And you can put water in it and Gatorade. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press X to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier,
This is interesting.
more capable of transporting liquid.
So,
Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Hey. Yo, why do you have your handle like that? I love when you put your handle like that. Press X to leave the same day with me, y'all. I do.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
It's
Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because it is. Can move water and Gatorade faster than any other bucket can.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes.
No,
The
you're not
bucket
getting that
would tell
bucket.
me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket,
No.
Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
No.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it?
Yes, it is. What are you talking
Is this
about?
Stanley's office?
Mm-hmm. Bucket.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Stupid balloon.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Whatever you say, bucket.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, Mr. Bucket. I can open a door for once. Collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember,
I feel
no
so
reward for collecting all of
accomplished.
these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
How do I only have 3 trophies? How do you even... Do you know how you even beat this game? Like, is there a right ending? To be rich, is it a crime to commit crimes and get rich? What a life it would be. Oh, okay. What a life it would be to just pick just one. I already have picked one. It's this bucket. No, I already went that way.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yo. What's this?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Good.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I'm good.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
I'm okay with that. There's a hole. Let's fall down it. Oh, you. Oh. Ooh, what's this?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere.
Oh, no.
Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
My bucket. What?
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
My bucket. I will revenge you, my bucket. The bucket. Welcome you to the grand. You are standing at the precipice knowledge, much like a bucket itself. The human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void, but through use of exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and sustained. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge. Holy yeah, bro. I love the bucket and all, but like, god damn. Yeah,
can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Other than the bucket stuff, that's... Alright, cool. This is pretty good ending, except for the fact that my bucket died. Gone but not forgotten. Do I love buckets?
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket. But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
I love you, Bucket. It's so emotional. Bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
What do you mean? Ugh. Sugar, honey, iced tea, don't be on this. I think I'm gonna bake me a piece of pie. 2020 vision. Cupid hit me with precision.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I can't play this game anymore. I'll play a few. Sometimes computers are scattered all over that say that, and you have... I'm gonna do that because I think I've done, and the door closed behind me. Low-key, what should I play? Because I'm low-key getting bored of this game. I think I've done everything I can do in this game. So, like, what should I do now? I think I'm... Like, should I just play some, like, Minecraft or, like, Fortnite or anything? Alright, cool. I'm gonna play a few games of Fortnite then.